So guys, here we go. This is the top-down analysis or the strategy principle I will introduce to you guys the market structure strategy. So firstly, I know that some of you here are novice traders, some of you has not yet any knowledge or any idea regarding to trading. So I'll make it precise and I'll make it simple. Um, Firstly, over here, this platform I'm using is called TradingView. Once you search for TradingView on Play Store, you immediately get the app and then you download it. But I prefer you download it on your PC if you have a laptop because it will help you. The zoomed screen will help you to analyze effectively. So when it comes to the pairs I'm going to analyze and I'm going to check today, you're going to see USD JPY, GPB USD, gold. Another name for gold is ZAR USD, then Euro USD. These four pairs are the pairs I'm going to analyze in the course of this video. Video. So I'm going to analyze these four pairs effectively, showing you how to take trades, what I see before I take my trades, the principles behind the strategy, so that once you're applying the strategy, you don't make any mistakes at all. So let's quickly dive right in. Firstly, I'm going to identify my market structure, which is the highs and lows. This is the weekly time frame trend. I'm identifying the weekly time frame trend, which is the weekly time frame market structure. We are having a significant highs and lows, which is bullish high, bullish low. So I'm anticipating for price to come all the way down here again. As you can see, price failed to break here. That is what we are seeing now. This is key areas where price are trapped. Price is trapped. This is key areas where price are trapped. So 1 minute. Price was trapped at this level. It went all the way back to gain momentum before breaking the level, and then the same thing happened again. It gained momentum before trying to break this level, but now you can see it broke and came inside, broke again and came inside. So there is a reason for it price to have come inside here like this. This is what we are going to look at effectively. So now, for now, this is the weekly time frame trend. Now we are having a series of higher highs, lower lows, higher highs, lower lows. As you can see now, going over to the daily time frame. The weekly time frame, I also use it in selecting my support and resistances. So support and resistances is either I select my support and resistance on the weekly or I select them on the daily. Whichever one is okay, I check and then I make my due diligence. I trade according to plan. These are my various support and resistances. As you can see, price rejected here, and then came here, rejected as well here, came all the way here, rejected from this level. That is why I marked it this support and resistance here. Price also rejected from this level, rejected from this level. So I'm selecting my support and resistances here. These are my various support and resistances. So what are support and resistance? They are just lines. It is a tool that is used to draw a horizontal line on the charts, whereby you use the tools to understand what price, how the way price are reacting to each levels. You use the tool to understand why price reacted at a certain level. So it's, as you can see, all these horizontal lines you're seeing on the chart is called support or resistances. I call it support because a line that was tested as a form of support here, here, and here was previously a resistance here. As you can see, it was previously a resistance here, so that's why I call it support or resistance lines. So I only put, is either I put my support and resistance on the higher time frame, which is weekly time frame, or I put it on the daily time frame. I don't go more than this because those two time frames are the strongest time frames you can ever see. They are the strongest of all time frames you can see, where price holds and reverses So price is very hard to be manipulated at these two levels. Okay, so now we are already done with this. The next thing to do is, I've already talked about support and resistance. Now, according to the new traders, the novice traders who are yet to learn this, you can see here now. You see the list of numbers here. These are the list of numbers here. They are called price. And this tiny this thing you're seeing on the chart, this tiny drawings you're seeing on the chart is called the should I call it the trend, or should I call it the candlesticks here. But those everything you're seeing on the chart here, including the drawing on the chart, including the price here, including the up and down arrows and everything you're seeing, all is called price action. You understand? All is called price action. So everything here, coming over to the zooming out the chart, you're going to see that prices reacted to so many levels here. So strategy principles says that on the weekly, sorry, on the weekly on the weekly time frame. So on the weekly, just look for one place and write this down boldly. On the weekly time frame, I look for trend, which is this highs and lows I told you now. I try to understand what is the trend on that time frame. What is the trend? That is the first and foremost. Just like what Dow Jones normally say it, the trend is your friend. Never go against the trend. The trend is your friend. Never go against. This is my trend here now. High low, high low, high low, high low. So you can see, what are you going to do now? The next thing, if you're trading on the weekly, you're going to enter at this level for buys. That is it, because you're having a purely uptrend on the weekly time frame. Then going to the daily time frame now, what are you going to spot on the daily time frame? Each time frame you go into, you try as much as possible to spot the trend, because the trend is always your friend. The trend will never cheat you, it's always your friend. So we had a high here, we have a lower low. So we have a higher high here, we have a lower low. And then what happened? Have a lower high here, also have a lower low here. So removing this one, have a lower low here. As you can see, price is giving you this now. Price is giving you this. This is a downtrend. It's called a downtrend. Actually, we have three types of trend when it comes to trading. We have the uptrend, we have the uptrend, which is this one now. Sorry, which is this one. This is the uptrend now. And this is the downtrend here. This is the uptrend, this is the downtrend, and then this is the sideways trend. It doesn't have any specific direction. So this is the sideways trend, this is uptrend, this is sideways trend, and this is downtrend. This is sideways trend. So when it comes to technical analysis on the trading, we have uptrend, we have sideways trend, and we have downtrend. So according to the chart now, what I can see here is, in the weekly time frame we got an uptrend, and then in the daily time frame we are seeing some sort of downtrend now on the day, on the daily time frame. Even if you can see here also, this is a lower low, this is a lower low. This is a lower high, lower high. Sorry, this is a lower. These blue ones are all lower lows. The red ones are all lower highs. They are all lower highs. L H lower high. This lower low. So as simple as that, this lower low. As simple as that, this is lower low. This lower high. Just as simple as that, this lower high. You understand? So as price came here to give us a lower high now, what are you expecting? Just as simple as it may be, we are getting a downtrend now. So trading is not something complicated as you think. When it comes to the daily time frame now, we are seeing a downtrend. But when it comes to the weekly time frame, we are seeing a clearly uptrend. So which one are we going to respect more? That is what we are going to check very well now. Once as you zoom in, also find trade. It depends on the time frame you're trading. If you're trading on the daily time frame, then you're right when you're taking a sell. But if you're trading on the weekly time frame, then you're wrong when you're taking a what a sell. Instead, you should be taking a buy on the weekly time frame. If that is if you're entering on the weekly time frame. So, but when it comes to the 4 hour time frame, let's go to the 4 hour time frame. We identify the trend there as well. This is the 4 hour time frame. Let's see what is happening on the 4 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame, we are having a bullish momentum. You understand? We're having a bullish momentum. This is a higher high, this is a higher low, and there is another higher low. This is another lower low here. These are lower low. This is a lower low, and these are equal lows. These are equal lows. It's called equal lows. See, once price comes and fails to pass through that initial low, because if it passed through this initial low, we are still heading for a downtrend, but it failed to pass through it, giving us equal lows here. And then price already reversed back now. Look at the market giving us a high, a higher high. So you trade with the time frame you're in. So this is it now. This is a lower low, lower high, lower low, and then price mitigated this lower high here to give us, showing you that this is valid. This, this. Price mitigated this lower high here to give us this higher high. So showing you that this is valid. This is valid. High, low, high, low, high, low, and then structure within structure. This is lower low, this lower high, this lower low. Price mitigated it to give us this high. Coming back here, give us this lower low. Then we are looking forward to what? Getting a high. But this we are looking for. Remember, in the daily time frame, this is what is here. So you should be careful. Very, very careful when it comes to the daily time frame. Okay. This is a boundary you should be careful for on the daily time frame. If it comes all the way here, you should be looking for more sells, because on the daily time frame we are getting a sell, but on the 4 hour time frame we are seeing a bullish momentum. Look at this here now. So on the 4 hour time frame we are getting a bullish momentum. So as you can see, this is a pattern now. It's forming on the 4 hour time frame. This is how I use Fibonacci. When I set up Fibonacci, I look for three levels. This is Fibonacci 2 here. Once you come, you go to this 2. You go to this 2 here now at this level. You click it, then you look for fib. This is fib retracement. I'm using fib retracement for pullbacks. For every pullbacks, once price gives us an impulsive move, then pulls back, I'm using fib retracement along with pattern. Okay, I'm using Fibonacci retracement. So I select from the recent low to the recent high. This was our last low, this is our last high. Then I look for a pullback. See, price already pulled back here now. So we are looking for three levels: 0.618, 0.5, and 0.382. Now price already came to 0.3618 and it's reacting for a buy now. So best thing to do is to wait for a good confirmation to come before you can buy. But when it comes to the USDJPY for our 1 hour and 4 hour time frame, we are buying massively. Then when it comes to the 30 minutes time frame, you can see there is no market structure here now. There is no clear structure on this time frame. So you have to wait for a clear structure to appear before you know what to do, before you decide to buy or to sell. So that is it for USDJPY. As you can see, look at this clean candle. This is how you spot pattern. As you see this clean candle here now. It's showing that this is impulsive move, and this one you're seeing here now that came all the way down, this is a corrective move. Within that corrective move, that is what you call your pattern. Within the corrective move within the corrective move, or the corrective price action or price reaction, this is what you call pattern. Okay, this is a pattern here now. This is called flag pattern. This is another pattern here. This is called flag pattern. This is another pattern here. This one is called channel. This one is called channel. This one is called flag. This one is also called flag. So all these are patterns, as you can see, but this one is called triangle pattern. This is called triangle pattern. So I'm looking for three touches there. As you can see over here, I already got my first touch, second touch, and then I'm looking for third touch here. Once price comes from this level to give me a third touch, I look for breakout, retest. We already have a double bottom now. I'll call this a double bottom. Price comes down, retest here, breaks, retest. This is a retest. If once you see this retest, you buy. Price is going to continuously move upside. So that is it, guys. That is it. Let me quickly go over to GPB USD. The same thing I said. So the same thing I said. You have to go gradually. Select your support and resistances on the weekly time frame. These are my various support and resistance levels. Selecting my support and resistances first. Then I'll start to look for market structures. Understand the trend in a particular time frame. That is very crucial. Always follow the trend. The trend is your brother. Always be at peace with the trend and you will not fail. So if I'm told what is the trend in this time frame now, the trend, this is it. Higher high, higher low, sorry, lower high, lower high. This is lower low, lower low, lower low, and lower low. But the price came here after it created this lower low. It came here to create equal lows here. This is one and these two. This equal lows. It's called equal lows.